Hello, Shelley from Spin Cushions here. Today I'm going to show you how to make this square, Sardinia, from my Sirens Atlas collection. I love the cool optical illusion twisty effect you get by all of these cross stitches. Now they're very easy to do. All they are is trebles UK, doubles US, but it's just the order that you work them in is a little different to what you might be used to. So I'm going to do mine in a single colour, but you can do multicolours if you like, and if you do need to do anything different in the corners I'll let you know as I go in the video. So I'm going to start with a magic circle. Oops. You can start with magic circle or the traditional chain joined into a loop. And our first round is just like a traditional granny square, so we're going to chain 3 starting chain, or a false stitch as I like to do instead. I have YouTube videos for the false stitch and magic circle on my channel, Spin Cushions Crochet, if you want to look for them. So then we need to do 2 trebles UK or doubles US. Oops. Chain 2. Then 3 trebles UK, doubles US. Sorry, the camera angle is not quite right for me today. I'll have to adjust it. Anyway, 2, 3. Then chain 2 more groups of 3 stitches, and I'll do that and come back and show you how to join up. Okay, so I've done my 4 groups of 3 stitches. All the other corners are chain 2. First thing I'm going to do is close off my magic circle. And then, instead of chaining 2 and joining with a slip stitch, we're going to chain 1 and join with a double crochet UK or a single crochet US to our first stitch, whether that's chain 3 or false stitch. So insert your yarn, pull a loop to the front, then yarn over and pull through those 2 loops. What that does is it puts us as if we're in the middle of a 2 chain space. That stitch we just joined with takes the place of the second chain. So now we are going to do our next round. So we're going to chain 3 starting chain or a false stitch. Then we do a treble UK or a WS over the joining stitch, which means in this big hole here. So actually over that stitch in the hole. Right, and now we get to the first of our cross stitches. Now what we do, this is a 3x stitch, so we skip 2 stitches, do a treble UK WS in the next stitch. Then we go back and do a stitch in the second stitch we skipped, treble again UK WS. And then we go back and do a stitch in that very first one we skipped. So that's a 3x stitch. There we have it. Now our corner is 2 stitches, chain 2, 2 stitches. 1, 2, 2 stitches. Again, all trebles UK, doubles US. Then we do another 3x stitch, corner, all the way around. I'll do that and show you what's next. Okay, so my repeats are done. I just need to finish off that first corner. So we're going to do 2 stitches in the same place as our first stitch, which is this big hole here. And again, we're going to chain 1 and join with a double crochet UK, single crochet US. Now if you are changing colours, chain 2, join with a slip stitch and attach your yarn to a new corner. But if you're not changing colours, then that's all you need to do. Alright, next round, chain 3 starting chain or a false stitch, treble UK WS over the joining stitch, so in that corner hole. Right, now we've got 6 stitches along the side, so now we're going to do, 7 stitches we should have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, yes. So we're going to do a 3 a 3x, so skip 2 stitches, 1, 2, and in this one do a stitch, then work backwards, then we're going to skip the next stitch and do another 3x. So we're skipping that stitch, but we're also skipping these two. So we skip that stitch, but to do a 3x, we skip 2, we do a stitch in that very last one, then work backwards to do the last 2 stitches of the 3x. Oops. Then we do our corner again, which is 2 stitches, chain 2, 2 stitches. There we go. So I'll do that around and show you what's next. Alright, I've done my repeats. I just need to do 2 stitches in the same place as our first stitch, stitches, and again chain 1, join with a double crochet, or chain 2, join with a slip stitch if you are changing colours. Double crochet UK, single crochet US. Alright, next round, round 4. Start off with chain 3 starting chain or a false stitch, then a treble UK WS over the joining stitch. Now this time we're going to do a 3x, a 4x and a 3x. So a 4x is just the same, it's just got 4 stitches in it. So we'll do the 3x first. So we skip 2 stitches, then go backwards, a stitch in that stitch, go backwards again, a stitch in that first stitch. So that's our 3x done. Now we're going to do our 4x. So we're going to skip 3 stitches this time. So 1, 2, 3. This one here is the stitch we're going to do our first one into. That's 1. Now we go back 1, do a stitch in this one, back another one, stitch in this one, and one more time, go back and do a stitch in this one. Oops. Now we're back to doing our 3x, and don't get caught up by thinking this is the first one you skip, because that's the first stitch we did of our 4x. So skip 2, and this is our last stitch of the round where we do our 3x, start our 3x. And our corner, same as before, 2 stitches, chain 2, 2 stitches. Oops. Okay, so a 3x, a 4x, a 3x and a corner. I'll do that all the way around and show you what's next. Alright, so repeats are done. Again, 2 stitches in the same place as our first stitch. Chain 1, join with a double crochet UK, single crochet US to our first stitch. Just disappeared. Alright, our next round starts the same way, chain 3 starting chain, stitch over the joining stitch. Now this time we're going to be doing 2 3x's, a 2x and then 2 3x's again. So start off by skipping 2, stitch here, whoops, skip 2, sorry for being so fumbly, sorry. one in that first stitch. So that's one of our 3 X's. Now we skip, that's what we've already worked into that one, skip those 2, work into this next one here. Back there and back here. Right, so that's 2 3X's. Now we're going to do a 2X, which is just skipping 1 stitch, a stitch here, and then going back and doing a stitch in that stitch before. And then we do 2 3X's again. So if you're not sure, you can count backwards. So that's 1, 2, that's one of them. Skipping this stitch, this is the stitch we're working into next for our first of this second lot of 3X's. Oops. And our last 3X, starting the last stitch. Oops. And last one there. Our corners are the same again, 2 stitches, chain 2, 2 stitches. Alright, I'll work my way around and show you what's next. Okay, repeat's done. Again, 2 stitches in the same place as our first stitches. Chain 1, join with a double crochet UK, single crochet US. Okay, our last round of cross stitches now. So again, start with a chain 3 starting chain or a false stitch, a stitch over the joining stitch. And this time we've simply got 6 3X's all the way along. So 1, 2, skip 2. Back. I'm sure you've got the hang of it by now, and the corners are exactly the same as well, so I'll just work my way all the way around and show you how we finish this one off. Okay, so all repeats are done, all my X's are done, 2 stitches in the same place as our first stitches to finish off this round, chain 1, again join with a double crochet UK, single crochet US. Our last round is very simple. It's all made up of double crochets UK, single crochets US. The first one is over the joining stitch, so in that big hole there, and then 1 in every stitch along the side, which should be 22 stitches, and in each corner 1 stitch, chain 2, 1 stitch, or double crochets UK, single crochets US. So I will do that and show you how to finish this one off. Okay, repeats all done. Just need to do a stitch in the same place as our first stitch, which is that big hole. This time we are going to chain 2 and join with a slip stitch because this is our final round. Oops. Okay, cut off your yarn, weave in your ends. Alright, so let's have a look at this one. Right, they're much the same size in the Bendigo Woolen Mills cotton and the Cascade Ultra Pima cotton. If you do need to change the size, you can either do this one on a smaller hook to make it smaller, because I think you need that last round just to tidy it off, or if it's too small, add another round of your last round, double crochet UK, single crochet US. So there you have it, Sardinia from my Sirens Atlas collection. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks. Bye.